The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It is definitely Friday, y'all. It is definitely Friday. TGIF to everybody who's here. Yo, we got a lot of stuff to kind of go over today. This market is absolutely just up and down all over the damn place. We don't know where the hell the market is. I want to welcome everybody on YouTube. I want to welcome everybody on X. And I want to welcome everybody to our new family over there on TikTok as well. So we are going to go ahead and stream and get this thing moving on Friday, y'all. It's the markets are all over the place, man. We don't know really what's going on and what's in all this stuff. They're being manipulated. It's part of the game. It's kind of where we are. But the key is to just hold on, right? Just hold on, and just wait. And we will we'll see. You got to be smarter than the average bear in this market. This is not your average bull market. This is not your average bull run. This is very much a different bull run. So, you know, we will get into all of that here in just a second. So go ahead. First of all, let's do some house cleaning. Like the stream, share the stream out, guys, whether you're on X, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, go ahead and just keep tapping the screen. TikTok likes the likes over there. When you guys tap it, and just keep tapping it, and we will get in and after it. So who is in the house today? What is going on in the house today? I did miss you guys on Wednesday. I was on the road. I had to travel. Kind of some last minute stuff. Good morning to Junior. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, baby? Hit that like button. Yeah, hit it, baby. Curtis, what's up? Good morning, my brother. How are you? How are you, Curtis, man? We are up. We're doing our thing, man. I like where we're at right now. So, listen, we can cry about these markets, Curtis. You know what I'm saying? Or we can just get busy and get to making some money. And that's what we're about to do. And, you know, it is what it is. Gotta kind of go through it. Good morning, Elmo, my man, 50 grand. What's going on? What's going on? How are you? How are you? How are you? Yo, but yeah, we gonna get busy here, man. Woohoo, baby, it's Friday. Got a lot to go over today. Lots happened in the last couple of days. Mr. Dinger, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? How are you? How are you? Go ahead and like this stream, share the stream out. Silmo, what's up, my brother? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're doing well as well. Curtis says it's all about the diver. Yeah, it's all about diversification, man. It is definitely all about diversification, brother. You have to diversify. I'm going to tell you guys my strategy right now is to buy projects that have ETFs coming out or soon to come out and that are United States based. Period. Yeah, that's my strategy. Them are the ones I'm loading up on. And if you notice, the meme coin market's not running. Low market cap market's not running. This is strictly a Bitcoin, Ethereum. This is strictly a top 50 pump right now. You know, so it is what it is. The market pimp smack. The market, they put not only did the market pimp smack us, man, it put baby powder on us and said, pow, there you go. It pimp smacked us. Yo, PPI killed us, man. PPI just absolutely killed us, man. It is what it is, man. And you get this PPI data, and we'll go over a little bit of that, what the significance of the PPI versus the CPI is, and why when you have a divergence of PPI and CPI, why that's a big issue. And when you have CPI data come out, that's consumers. That's what we pay, right? That's what we pay at the store, right? And PPI, PPI was bad, man. It was super. It was bad. PPI data was terrible. But the problem is CPI data was good, right? So what we pay for at the store was right on target. What it cost to make that product was extremely high. So one or two things are going to happen, right? Either the people that are making the products are going to take less of a profit margin, right? And not roll that down to the consumer, which we know is probably a 90% chance that that's not going to happen. Or we're going to have CPI data tick higher in the coming months because it's a downward flow, producer, consumer data, right? So them are the two things that are going to happen. So what's actually going on right now, and the debate that everybody needs to watch is when you look at this thing for what it is, right? There was 100% chance that we were going to get a rate cut in September, right? And when that came out, that market priced that in, right? Now, as every day goes by, there's less. You see that number go down and down and down. I think it's down to like 97% now that we'll get a rate cut in September. But that's still a high percent. But the problem is it's going down, right? And we'll get into Powell's going to give a speech next week at Jackson Hole. Excuse me. Powell's going to give a speech next week at Jackson Hole, and that's going to give us some insight into what the Federal Reserve is thinking as far as September goes. And if that speech is anything less than bullish, right, then you're going to see these markets come down because these markets have a September rate cut priced into them, right? They have a September rate cut priced into them. So if we don't see one, you're going to see these markets come down. But the problem is, the producers, it's costing them money to make these products. It's going up. The consumer price index can be manipulated because you can take things in and you can take things out of it. So there's a lot of things that are going on. Everybody buys at the top. Yeah, Selmo, everybody does buy at the top, and then they complain about when the market goes down. They're like, oh my God, it's the world's coming to an end. But when you look at this market, and we're going to go ahead and look at it right now. When you look at this market, it's actually based on how hot that data was coming in from PPI. You would have expected a big downturn, and you would have expected it to stick. I'm not necessarily sure it's sticking right now. So we'll look at this thing. So what we have right now is you got the Asian markets. They traded pretty well last night. Given the uncertainty, they actually traded pretty damn well, right? So you have the European markets who woke up and traded pretty damn well too. And they're still trading well right now. And then you have the United States markets who look okay, right? They look okay. You just have the NASDAQ down a little bit, right? You have the S&P 500 still on fire, right? It's still on fire. It's still setting highs. It's still doing its thing. So you have President Trump meeting with Putin today in Alaska to see if they can bring some sort of settlement to this war, to this conflict that's going on over there in the Middle East, right? Yo, TGIF Heat, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, my brother? How are you? I just asked that you guys like and share the stream, guys. There's a good number of people in here between X and between YouTube and between TikTok. I just ask that you guys like and share the stream. And over there on TikTok, I just ask that you guys, tap that screen for the likes. I know my chat over there on TikTok is pretty rough because I have multiple screens going on. So I do see you guys over there. Even if I don't answer you, I do see you guys over there. So don't think that I'm not paying attention to what you're saying. It's just multiple screens going on, multiple streams going on. So what's up, Heat? What's up, dog? So yeah, I mean, so we gotta take this stuff for what it is, man. Good morning. Oh, Scottish, what's going on, dog? What's going on? Good morning to you, my man. So yeah, I mean, all in all, when you look at this market, it's actually holding on pretty good given the news that we had, right? We didn't have great news with the PPI. And next week's going to get real interesting because I'm telling you guys right now, if Powell comes out in a speech to the Jackson Hole and he gives any indication that rates will not be cut in September, we're going to have a problem. There's going to be a problem in these markets. So you just pay attention to what's going on. I'm telling you right now, you shouldn't be 100% in the market. He says, vote Inu. Vote Inu. Vote still, is it running? I haven't looked at vote in a long time. Scottish got his votes up. So yeah, it's been a while since I looked at vote. So Trump's going to Russia? No, he's going to Alaska. They're going to meet in Alaska. And they're going to try to get that thing figured out, man. There's got to be some sort of resolution to this thing, man. We got to get this thing figured out. So yeah, definitely got to get this thing over with and figured out. Go ahead and keep tapping that screen over there on TikTok. Loving all you guys over there. We will probably be doing a live stream from over there tonight, over there in particular, where I can really get into the TikTok chat. So, but yeah, so with that, the markets are looking pretty good over there, guys. Over here today, guys. As far as I can see from this point right now, getting into the cryptocurrency market, we got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 59, which is technically good from where we are right now, right? It's pretty damn good for the news that we had. We got altcoin season sitting at 44 out of 100. So we're getting there. We're getting to altcoin season. I'm not ready to say that we're fully in altcoin season yet. I don't believe that. So I think that Bitcoin is still running this market. I think so. 44 out of 100 by all metrics, we're in altcoin season. But technically, are we really in altcoin season? Look at this market cap. You got $4.03 trillion. We'll get into how much money was liquidated out of this market over the past, let's say, 48, 72 hours. You could see, Ken, what's going on from across the pond? How are you, my brother? You'll see the last time that we streamed on Monday was 4.13 trillion. So, you're looking at about $10 billion coming out of this market in a relatively short period of time, right? So where does that money go? It sits on the sideline and waits to re-enter the market at a better time, right? So that's basically what's going on right now, right? So that money has come out of the market, it's sat there, and it's looking to re-enter the market at a better time. So, it just is what it is. But what's interesting here, again, guys, we see this. We see the ETF, inflows, and what you see is the Ethereum ETF inflows are really starting to catch Bitcoin. As far as volume and as far as just volume in general, right? So you're looking at a positive inflow on the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETFs of about $874 million of positive inflow, right? And if you look at the chart right there, the inflows to the Ethereum ETF have been absolutely on fire. So that's why when I say that this is a Bitcoin Ethereum market right now, this is really a Bitcoin Ethereum market. Like they are really driving the market cap right now. You got Bitcoin dominance at 58.7. We continue to lose Bitcoin dominance, which is exactly what you want to see for altcoin season. That's exactly what you want to see from where we're trying to go. That's exactly what you want to see for all of your alts to pump, is for this Bitcoin dominance to come down and for the Ethereum dominance to go up. That's how we get to altcoin season. That's how we get to the bull run. And that's how your bags start to pump. As long as the Bitcoin dominance is extremely high, your alts will not pump. Yeah, there will be an outlier here. There will be an outlier there that'll pump. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, to get to a real true altcoin season, your Bitcoin dominance has to come down. And I'm saying that it has to come down to about 55%. We're at 58.7% right now. I'm saying it's got to come down to 55%. Now, we're definitely on our way. We were at 60-something% just the other day. And, so we're definitely making moves. We're definitely on the way. We're definitely making that slow, steady grind. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a slow, steady grind. And that's what it's going to be. What's up with... What's up with I don't know. I don't know. ADM. I don't know. I don't know what's up with ADM. Tell you the truth. Gotta be careful. Here's one thing, just as a FYI for you guys. Gotta be careful, right? When a project comes out and a bunch of people start pushing it, right? You have to understand that that's not natural, right? That's not natural. That is literally a paid push, right? Zbeck did this, right? And I don't think that Zbeck's a rug pull or anything like that. I just think, they got some issues that they got to work out over there. But Zbeck did it, right? And once you start to see everybody talk about it, right? That's a paid push, right? You look at Zbeck traded sideways for months and months and months and months and months, and then all of a sudden everybody started talking about it, and boom, it exploded, right? That's not by accident, right? That's not by accident. That is a true paid push, right? So be careful when everybody's talking about something. It's probably not the time to jump in, because usually they got bags, and usually they're just waiting for them bags to pump so that they can dump on you. That's just kind of how this world works, man. It's kind of what happens. So, be careful. Usually them pumps don't sustain themselves. So, all in all, the crypto market is fundamentally, the cryptocurrency market is stable, right? Now, price action wise is a whole nother story, right? Now, BTC sitting at 119 right now, right? So this thing, ever since PPI, has traded back in the channel. But the only thing that it's done is it's come back to the channel that it was trading in before. That's it. That's all BTC did. We'll go ahead and bring up the chart here in a second. But when we look at BTC, it traded inside of this channel right here this is the daily chart. So for weeks, BTC traded right inside of this blue box. And I told you guys, we were longing it at the bottom of this box. I was shorting it at the top of this box, and I just played this thing just kind of like how it was, right? Now it's starting to come back down inside of this box that it was trading in before. Here's the issue. If it gets back into this zone, it's just going to trade sideways here. And you can see it right now. It's bouncing. It's right at the top side of that zone right there where it was trading before. Then you're going to see this thing really make a move to like right around 124. But if it comes back down inside of this box, you're just going to trade sideways, man, between 117 and 120. You know, you're just going to trade sideways between that 117, 120, and that's all that's going to happen. And that's not a bad thing. That's right, Junior. Hit that like button, y'all, and just start tapping the screen over there on TikTok and share the thing out too, man. Share the damn stream out. Share the damn stream out. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. So we're just going to bounce sideways here. Is all that's going to happen. And I don't expect any huge price action in any of these markets, in crypto, in the stock market, and anything until after next week. Until after we hear Powell's speech at Jackson Hole. I don't expect to see anything crazy happen. Because why would it, right? Everything's resting on them rate cuts. And if he comes out and he's like, yo, I don't know, man, we're going to let the data speak for itself before we cut rates. If he comes out and says that, I'll tell you guys right now, we're in trouble. Ethereum's trading at $4,635 right now, right? Down a little bit, but let's put this in perspective. Bitcoin had a hard time just busting through 4K, right? Everybody was hollering, Bitcoin 4K, when we going to bust through 4K? This isn't going to happen. We're all going to sit here in Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum's can't bust through 4K. This isn't going to happen. We're going to trade. You know, it's lagging the market. It's doing all this. Look at Ethereum on the daily. Just put this in perspective, right? And I'm just trying to, on this Friday, I'm just trying to pull you guys back to put things into perspective before anybody gets all crazy and goes to jumping off the ledge, right? Look at the Ethereum chart. Look at where that is on the daily. Now, if you would have said back here, just a month ago, that Ethereum's chart would look like this, right? That it would be up this much. Most of you guys would have took that and said, yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that, right? But now that it's here, and now that it's trading a little bit sideways and having just a tiny pullback, now everybody's going, oh my God, Ethereum's going to go to 3,500. Ethereum's going to do this. Ethereum's going to do that. You got this. Just look at the chart. Don't worry about what people tell you. Don't worry about what people are saying. Look at the chart. And when you see nothing but green candles on that chart, on that daily, you see nothing but green candles. So just pull yourself back and just pump the brakes a little bit. It's not the end of the world. This little pullback here is not the end of the world, right? Solana, same thing. 194 was up to 200. So it pulled back. Pulled back a whole $5. Well, probably 7 or 8, but woohoo, big deal. All right, big deal. Big freaking deal. XRP sitting at $3.10 right now. XRP is struggling. And let's just have a look at XRP. It's struggling. And I said to you guys on Monday, I said the issues going to be with XRP and XLM are in the same boat. They had this huge run up right here, right? And then they needed to come down and trade sideways and start building some support off of that run up, right? They needed to. It was going to happen. It's strictly fundamental in what's going on, right? But I said to you guys on Monday, if any bad news comes, the last thing you want is to be trading sideways in that news. You want to be like Ethereum and trading on the upside in that news so that when that news comes, you can come back down and consolidate there. But if you're already consolidating and that news comes, where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? The whole market's going down. The whole market's losing market cap. So if you're already consolidating, your move is not up. That next move is not up. Seiko, what's going on, brother? What's going on, brother? What's up? What's up? But that move is not up. That move is down, right? Nothing fundamentally has changed with XRP except for the market. That's it. That's the only thing that's changed. Nothing else has fundamentally changed. But they got caught in a bad spot. XLM got caught in a bad spot. They had a run up, consolidation, bad news to the downside. That's all that's happened. So, we're good. It's good there. It's okay. It's nothing fundamentally has changed. Cardano, though, has actually moved 94 cents. Look at where Cardano is right now at 94 cents and holding, right? And holding up well at 94 cents, right? Cardano is one of the few tokens right now that's holding up under it had a run up. It came down just a couple pennies and now it's holding strong. It's holding the line. So there is certain tokens out there that are holding the line. And that's one of them. That's one of them. So what else? Where else we looking at? Where else we going? See, like XLM Stellar is right there. It's right there. The same situation as XRP. So they got to work their way out of that. They got to work their way out of that trend. And they're only going to do that by value, right? That's it. And they have to have value. XRP needs their spot ETFs to really make that project move. Until that happens, they're just going to kind of trade sideways. Retail's not going to move that price. They're just not. The market cap's too big. People say, "Oh, market cap doesn't matter. It's about TVL." Yeah, bullshit. Market cap matters. Market cap is what matters. You can't. It's simply supply and demand. That's what it is. It's supply and demand, and that is what it is. And like you see XLM. XLM is stuck right here inside of this tunnel. It's literally stuck. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck. And they need value. Airdrome. We're going to get to Airdrome because that's my boy, Curtis. Airdrome is my boy. We're going to get to Airdrome because Airdrome is just surprising everybody, right? It's not surprising us. Not surprising us here on this channel because we called it. We called it a long time ago. Long time ago, we were talking about Airdrome. Long time ago, we said to you guys, Airdrome holds 75% roughly of all basis liquidity. And where do you think that thing's going? Where do you think it's going? If it holds 75% of all basis liquidity, what do you think is going to happen when it comes to Airdrome? It's right here. I don't know. You look. We're $1.41 right now. What do you think is going to happen? You think about a project that held 75%. If there was a project out there that held 75% of all of Ethereum's liquidity, what do you think that project would do? Where do you think that project would be at price-wise? That project would probably be in the top 5 of all projects. I'm not saying that Base is as big as ETH. It's not. But when a project holds 75% of a blockchain's liquidity, it is what it is. They're going to do numbers. They're going to put up numbers, and that's just what it is. Yes, sir. Curtis says, yes, sir. Yes, it's going to. But here's what we talk about all the time when it comes. I'd say the chart. Look at the chart. Let the chart tell you what's going to happen. Don't try to speculate on what's going to happen. Let the chart tell you what's going to happen. When you have a run up the size of Aerodrome sitting at $1.42 right now, right? There's no support right here for this run, right? Yeah, you can pull this chart back and go all the way back here for support and resistance. Well, guess what? 95% of these people are gone. They've sold their bags already. And if they haven't, they're not going to sell them now, right? So what's going to happen here with Aerodrome? Most of every time you have a run up like here, right here, usually you can predict some support, this to come back down to try to gain some support halfway up, right? Halfway up this run, right? So let's say Aerodrome puts in a 150 today, right? $1.50 today, right? You see it's already starting to come down, right? It already wicked up all the way up over here, to 150, 152, somewhere up in there. So what you can expect is you literally can probably draw a line halfway up of this run right here, and that's where it's going to come down and try to set its support. It's going to come down, at some point, it's going to have to come down and build some support here. And that looks to be right around $1.20. That looks to be right around $1.20. Yo, have a good one, Junior. TGIF, baby. That looks to be right around $1.20. I would expect Aerodrome to come $1.20, $1.25, set a support level and make its next move up, right? That's kind of what I'm expecting out of this project at this point. I could be wrong. This thing could wake up this morning and take all the way off to $2, right? It could. But chances of that happening? Probably not great, right? But it could. It's crypto. Anything could happen, right? But chances are it's going to come down halfway or roughly around that point, right? Somewhere around that point. So yeah, the daily chart is absolutely terrible, right? When you look at it, that thing's bleeding red, except for Aerodrome up 7%, right? Bleeding red. Come over here on the hourly, it's not that different. Still red. It's still all in red. It is what it is. People say that we're in a bull market and you shouldn't buy in a bull market. Well, you buy red. These charts are red. You buy red. So if you're going to buy into the market and you're looking to buy into the market, you don't buy green, you buy red. You should be loving what's happening right now. You should be salivating on what's happening right now. You should hope that these things go down another 5%. You buy red. Pulse is doing well on the hour. Where is Pulse Chain? Where is Hex in Pulse Chain? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, 5 0. Okay. It's working its way up. I don't think that Hex ecosystem is dead. I think it's going to make a run. This bull market, I think it's going to make a run. I think it's going to do just fine. I think Richard Hart's just kind of laying back and doing what he does, and when it's time, he'll make that thing go. Now, what type of run will it go on? I don't know. Will it be a 10x, 100x run? I don't know. I think Richard Hart's going to make a run at it, though. I think he's going to make a go at it. I don't think he's just going to sit by and let the market pass him by, Yeah, buy red. Listen, crypto's not hard, baby. Everybody makes this thing so complicated. It's not hard. Buying red, selling green. Buying red, selling green. That it's not that difficult. You know what I mean? We can get into these charts, and I love to look at my charts, and I love to look at my indicators, and I love to look at, with my buy signals or my sell signals and my support lines and, my resistant lines and where the moving averages are and Did it pull back down into the moving averages? Did it not pull back down into? I love to look at all that, and all of it has a place when it comes to trading. But the simplest way to do it: buying red, selling green. It's not that hard. You don't buy in green and sell in red. That unless you love being broke. Yo, Pi Network, where you at, baby? 38 cents. Oh, damn. What happened to the pie? Somebody must, I bet you a whole bunch of people, KYC, got their pie and they're just dumping it on the market. Yo, Selmo, I think our boy Elmo KYC, he bailed out on us. He said, yo, I'm a KYC. I'm going to hold my beer. Man said, hold my beer. So let me see. Welcome to the chat, everybody over there on TikTok, y'all, man. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Start tapping that screen, y'all, tapping that screen. Sorry, I'm so behind on these comments over there, and I'm not really on the comments over there, guys. So sorry about that. Seen a couple of requests come through for people that want to come up, but I'm streaming live on so many different platforms right now. I can't have you guys. I'm not having guests today, but I'll have guests later on tonight over there on TikTok. But definitely, I see you guys over there. Tap that screen, y'all. Tap, 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 tap. I'm looking at it now. I think I've answered everything from TikTok, even though I didn't actually call you guys out by name. I was trying to answer some of your questions as they were coming through. So, yo, go ahead, tap that screen. But yo, I don't know. I think so. I think Elmo KYC'd on his pie, and he dumped the market on us. And damn KYC, KY jelly, baby. That's what he got over there. They took his stuff, took it. But yo, 119. See, Bitcoin starting to come around a little bit in that 119. It's starting. What else we got? I want to look at. What else do I want to look? We talked about Arizona. I want to look at Pepe. Where is Pepe at right now? Where's Pepe? Pepe's got a monster red candle on it. Big sell off. 4 zeros, 1103. Right? 1103. Pepe is fell below this last support line that it was just on. Let's see if it can regain some of its positive momentum, I guess we'll say, for Pepe. But all of the meme coins are down. All of them, except for a very select few, are down. This definitely is not a meme coin. We're not in meme coin season right now. I'll tell you guys that right now. If you want to front run the narrative, then you can front run the narrative, right? And you can load up on your top meme coins. You can front run that narrative, but we're definitely not there. Money is definitely not going into them to meme coins or low market caps at this point. And we can come over here and we can look at this in a minute. We'll look at the meme coin market and we'll see how bad it is, because it's rough. It's rough over there. And anybody who tells you it's not, so lying. They're a liar. Dogecoin is down 3.2% on a day. SHIB 4% on a day. Pepe 6% on a day. Pudgy Penguin 6% on a day. So I tell you guys this to say, if you want to front run a narrative, go ahead. But I think it's going to be a minute. SPX 6900, the one that I love this project, and think that it's going to send. I think it's going to be an absolute sender. But let's not be blind to what's going on right now. It's down 9% on the day. We ain't gonna be blind to that. Big Watch dude, what's up? What's up? What's up, dog? What's up? How are you, man? How are you, dog? That's my boy right there. Yeah, that K Whiting, man. That K Whiting over there at the Pi Network. But yeah, SPX 6900. I mean, we're not gonna be blind to it. We call it like we call it, right? And it's down 9%. It is what it is. Great buying opportunity. You know, Floki, 8%. You know, so you're looking at some of your top meme coins. Dogwood Hat, 8.8% down, right? So you're looking at some of your top meme coins. Look at Brett, 7.4% down, right? You're looking at these big boys right here, right? That are getting crushed between 7 and 9%. What in the hell would make you think for 1 second that somebody with under $1 million market cap was going to do better than that? Think about this for a minute. Let's just think about this logically for a minute, right? So, as people are out here, I'm just telling you, I don't say this to be ignorant or stupid, but why I say this to you is to say, if you're going to invest in low market cap projects right now, at this given moment, right now, understand you're investing in that for the long haul, because there's not enough liquidity in the market to make them go. So I'm good, DG. Yeah, you good? You good? Good. Big Watch dude. Got a holiday weekend coming up pretty soon, baby. What we got going on in the news over here? I think we got a lot going on in the news over here, really. Let's just go right to the Watcher Guru. What's Watcher Guru saying right now? Just in. Here we go. $5.9 billion liquidated out of the market 24 hours out of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yup. That would explain the market cap, right? That would explain the market cap. It happens. You know, it's going to happen. You know, here's the speech that they're talking about right now that Jerome Powell is going to give next week at Jackson Hole. That's going to drive the market. That's going to dictate where the market goes right there. That speech, this speech right here, when he gives this, and I'm not sure exactly what day he gives it, and I'll do some research and figure out. I believe it's Wednesday, but I could be wrong. The day he gives this speech, as he's giving this speech, one or two things are going to happen. And people can look at all the technical analysis they want, right? They can sit there and look at the chart, look at the technical analysis and say, this is going to hold support, this is going to not hold support, this is going to do this is going to do this. This speech right here that this man gives, on the day that he gives this, throw all your technical analysis out the window. It's all irrelevant at that point. It doesn't, what he says will either send this market or it'll tank this market. And TA has nothing to do with it. Has zero to do with what's going to happen. If he says, we're not sure we're going to cut rates in September, or anything that even resembles a non-rate cut in September, these markets are going to come crashing down. Just going to happen. You're going to go back to levels that we were at about a month ago when everybody thought we were going to get a rate cut in September. The PPI data that came out actually supports, and this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyways. If the PPI data that came out is accurate, it actually supports his position of not giving a rate cut. when is he speaking? I believe it's Wednesday, Big Watch, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do some looking up on that. It actually supports not giving a rate cut because that means that the inflation is moving to the upside, right? It's moving to the upside, which means it just doesn't justify a rate cut. Now, by saying that, I'll also say to you, I think he's late on doing a rate cut. I do believe he's late, right? I do believe that. So we may get 25 basis points in September as a pat on the back of the head to say, hey, well, we're gonna basically just I don't know, make everybody feel good, I guess. But make no doubt, guys, here's the thing. A 25 basis point rate cut is insignificant to the big scheme of things. It's insignificant. It's not going to drive your mortgage rates down. It's not going to drive your car loan rates down. It's not going to do any of that. You have to have multiple rate cuts to get to that level. You want to know where your mortgage rates are going? Look at the 10-year yield. Your mortgage rates are tied to the 10-year yield. If that's going up, your mortgage rates are going up. If that's going down, your mortgage rates are going down. It's that simple. But 125 basis point rate cut is not going to make a significant amount of change in any of the rates. It's going to make everybody feel good. It's going to make everybody say we're on a rate cutting cycle now, but it's going to be insignificant when it comes to inflation. Insignificant. So, and I would challenge anybody to challenge me on the numbers of that. Don't challenge me on your opinion. Give me the numbers of that, right? Show me the proof where 25 basis points is going to make a difference. Now, if he came out and he lobbed a 50 on there, we're going to be talking a whole nother story, right? We'll be talking a whole nother story if you come out and lob a 50 on there. Here's some big news for crypto in general. Secretary Bessent came out and said that the U.S. government is trying to find ways to buy more Bitcoin, right? They're trying to find ways to add it to the reserve without costing the taxpayers any money, right? Well, here's an idea for you. We talk about how much money we're getting off of tariffs, right? Oh, tariffs, we're getting so much money off of tariffs, and oh my God, we're just raking in the dough, right? We're killing it over here in tariff revenue, right? Killing it, man. We couldn't have more money in tariff revenue. You let certain people explain it. Take 1 to 5% of that and buy Bitcoin. If it's so important to you that you add Bitcoin to the strategic reserve and you're raking in all of this money off of tariff revenue, and you're looking at Bitcoin as a way to pay off the national debt, does it not make sense to buy it from the revenue that you're bringing in that you didn't have before? Doesn't that make sense? Or maybe the amount of revenue that we're bringing in from tariffs, maybe them numbers aren't right. I don't know. We'll see. But that makes sense to me. If this is what you're banking on, and this is what you're saying you want to do, and this is going to drive down the national debt over the next 5 to 10 years, which I think it will. Don't get me wrong. Buy Bitcoin now, hold it, sell it off in pieces over the next 5 to 10 years, you'll probably get rid of the debt, right? As long as you, but the problem with getting rid of the debt is that they don't know how to not drive the debt up. So it doesn't matter. Like, if you keep spending, the debt keeps going up. It's that simple. So the only way for you to do it is to take the tariff money, buy 1 to 5%, use it, buy 1 to 5% of that tariff money, put it in Bitcoin, hold it, quit driving the national debt up, pay your national debt off with your Bitcoin. It's the only way to do it. Anything other than that, smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors. And I only say that because I think that we've got a lot of smoke and mirrors lately, right? Didn't Trump say he wanted a total? Yeah, he wanted a total of 3 to 5% of reserves of Bitcoin. How you gonna get there if you ain't using the tariff money and you don't want to use taxpayers' money to buy Bitcoin, and you don't want to use tariff money to buy Bitcoin? How you gonna get to 3 to 5%? How's that gonna happen? I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm dumb. How's that gonna happen though? Seiko Hunt gave me the fist. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Big Watch, you know how it is here. I don't fanboy anything. Whether I believe in you or don't believe in you, if it's messed up, it's messed up. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, right? And what they're saying they want to do versus what they're actually doing doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't add up. Now, the other big piece is that they kicked back the Solana ETF for a Bitwise. I think it was a Solana ETF from Bitwise, right? They kicked back the date, right? I believe that this is strategic. I think that XRP is going to fall into this situation. HBAR is going to fall into this situation. Solana's already fell into this situation. And all of the rest of the ETFs that are sitting out there right now, Litecoin, they're all going to fall into this situation. Here's what I think's happening at the SEC right now when it comes to these ETFs. I do believe that we're going to get the ETFs, all of them, in Q4, right? I think they're coming. All of them are going to come. But it's going to be very strategic in how they come. And I think the SEC is being very strategic in what's going on. There's nothing wrong with the ETF applications, right? They're just being strategic. They need the Clarity Act to pass. They need this bill. They need this guardrails. They need the guardrails set up for these ETFs to go, right? And until that Clarity Act is passed, I think that they're going to keep kicking these ETFs down the road, right? I think they're just going to keep kicking them back. Because in order for you to bring institutional investors into more crypto, into more ETFs, you need these guardrails, right? They got to feel safe, and you need these guardrails, right? So here's what we have lining up. I want you to look at the lineup, right? Like I said, today's Friday, so we're going to pull back. We're not going to look at what's going on right now. Let's look at the bigger picture of what's actually going on. Pull yourself back. What's happening in November? You have ISO that has to go live, right? They have to flip the switch in some sort of capacity in November, right? They have to. So you have this catalyst in November that's going to happen. Regardless of what else is done, this has got to happen, right? And then you have the Clarity Act, right? That they need passed before November. They have to get this thing settled before that. Because in order for that ISO to really truly be successful, you have to have guardrails in place where businesses feel comfortable in flipping a switch, right? So And then you have the ETFs that are probably going to get approved in the fourth quarter, right? So you have, once the Clarity Act is approved, your ETFs will come out, your ISOs are going to go live. So you have the fourth quarter of the year all lined up to be springboard, possibly be, and we'll revisit this in the fourth quarter and just see how accurate I am. But this is where my mindset is right now, right? This is what I see happening out here in the bigger landscape of cryptocurrency and the stock market. What I see is the fourth quarter is lining up for catalyst after catalyst after catalyst after catalyst, right? Springboard after springboard after springboard. And I think that the SEC is working closely with the administration to make sure that all of this is in line. The ETFs are approved in a reasonable amount of time. The administration is working on the Clarity Act. The SEC is working on the ETFs. You have a bunch of different agencies that are working on the ISO rollout. So I think that they're all working together to make sure that when this thing comes and it gets pulled in together, that this thing is just an absolute springboard. Which is why I said at the beginning of this stream, the concentration of my investments right now are in ISO tokens that have ETFs or ETFs in process, right? In process, and that are United States based. Because the springboards that are coming for crypto in the fourth quarter are all based around them things. And that's going to be the move for the fourth quarter. I believe that. I believe that that's the move. I believe that that's where we're headed. I believe that that's what's going to springboard the market. So there we go. You guys are getting it raw, 1,000-foot view this morning. And that's just kind of what we're going to do. Where are we filling in on this thing on the hour? Where's this market at on the hour? Pulse Chain's doing well. Uniswap, we're filling in green. We're starting to turn around. Bitcoin's up to 119.4. Looks like Ethereum's pulling back up, 4,638. Looks like Ethereum's starting to make a little bit of a move. XRP starting to pull up just a little bit, $3.11 starting to pull up just a little bit here. Solana, 194, pulled up another dollar since we've been streaming here, so starting to come up. Market's starting to take that turn. Cardano, man, I'm telling you, man, Cardano is like holding, baby. So if Cardano can hit this next leg up, right? Think about Cardano sitting here holding pretty strong at 94 cents right now, right? If Cardano can hit this next leg up, Cardano could bust $1. And that's a long ways from when we started talking about it here at 40 or 50 cents. Ain't that right, Selmo? And we said Chainlink sitting here at $22.24 right now. Pulled back. Definitely pulled back. It was on its way to $24, $25. So when you look at it, the pullback was real. That pullback was real, but it looks like it's digging its way out. H-bar's holding that 24 to 25 cent mark, man. West, what's going on, man? What's going on? What about SPX? Oh, we're going to talk about SPX. I thought I brought that chart up. I might have missed that chart. SPX is one of my biggest meme plays, man. I love SPX at SPX 6900. It's pulling back though. It's down 9%, which is I think is a healthy pullback for SPX. I think it's actually a really good healthy pullback. Actually, it ran high. It was almost up to $2. Damn, why can't I find the chart? I'm flipping through these charts like I just keep popping over top of it. Right there we go. SPX. You look at that pullback. right? Look at it. Sitting at 154 right now. It was a healthy pullback right here. You see it in downward trajectory on a daily right here. It's coming below. It's right in the averages, right? So I like where SPX is sitting right now. SPX it popped right here, almost to 2, right? Over $2, right? Popped right here. Just like a week ago, maybe, right? Popped. Pullback was healthy with the rest of the market at 154. Even if you pull back to the pop that it had a week ago, you're sitting at $2.24, right? Even if it pulls up to that mark, look at the gains, right? And you don't even have to get back up to, all the way over there, but like, look at the gains, right? And we're not talking about something that happened in 2021. Like, we're literally talking about something that happened a couple weeks ago, right? 2024 cents. Things gonna pop. SPX gonna move. And this project right here is probably one of the ones that I think is going to make an absolute when the meme coins run. Because remember what we said earlier, they're all down. All the meme coins are down significantly, between 7 and 9%. When they run, SPX runs. SPX will run hard. I can't help it, but I know some people buy at the top, man, and they just complain about buying at the top. You got to look at the chart. You got to know when you're buying. You shouldn't buy anything unless it's in the moving averages. Because when something's inside of the moving averages, what does that mean, right? What does that mean? That means that you're buying it at the average price, right? You're buying it at the average price. You're not getting a deal. You're buying it at the average price of everybody else, right? Which is basically, which is a good thing, right? It's a good thing. You're buying it at the average price. So you're not any better or any less than the majority of people who own it, right? When you buy things that are so far, look at where SPX came from. Boom. Look at the run right there that it had, right? Look at how far off of the moving averages it was. I'm just going to use this chart as an example, and you can insert any chart you want, right? When it's this far off of the moving averages, that's not where you want to enter. That's not a safe place to enter a project. The safe place to enter a project is right here inside of these moving averages. It's right there. Tap that like screen over there on TikTok. Out. Tap, 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 tap. I just got a message. Tap, 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 tap. But yeah, that's where you want to enter a project. You don't want to enter a project when it's that far. I'm going to set a 4x long in SPX 6900 at 1.22. 1.22. Let's look. We're 1. We're 1.5 now. So you're talking about on this support line right here, up in here, Scottish. You're talking about on this support right here, right? Let's see. Let me see something here. You're talking about on this support line right here. That's the last time that the wave was actually down here as low as it is too on this support line. So not a bad that wouldn't be a bad trade. I don't know if it's going to get there though. Scottish. I don't know if it's going to get there. Hold it for months. One of my favorite coins. One of mine too. I don't know if it's going to get there, though, Scottish. I don't know if it's going to come back down to this support line right here. I don't think the market is going to be down long enough for it to get there. It's going to be a fight to get down there, right? I mean, with the community that it has, in the volume that it has, it's going to be a fight to get down to 122, $1.22. It may get there today, depending on news, right? Depending on news and sentiment in the market and all that, it may get there today. We'll see. But I think it's going to be a fight. I don't think it's going to just drop down there. I think it's going to be a fight to get down there. But if it does, that's a good place to set it's a good place to set up a trade. Me, I would have said, I'm going to watch this. It's pulling off the moving averages. We're going to wait for it to come back down into the moving averages. We're going to see where it's going to set its new support line up, right? Wait for it to drop below, just a little bit below that support line, kind of where it is now. I would wait for the markets to open to see exactly what's going to happen. And I would set along at like 150, 149, 150, and ride it from there. We'll see. But going into the weekend is hard. It's hard. It's hard to set a long going into a Friday because you know that the market's going to come down over the weekend. So we'll see. We will see. But all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. The market looks good. I got to go do some payroll. I got to go take care of some business. We're going to stream live on TikTok tonight. I'm not sure what time, but sometime tonight. So if you're not following me on TikTok, go over there and hit that follow, y'all. And it'll let you know when we're going to stream live on TikTok. It'll probably be tonight. It'll probably be a little bit later tonight. So we shall see. We shall see. Ken, my pleasure, dog, man. Day one rider. But yo, you guys have a great weekend. Go hit me up on TikTok. We'll stream live tonight. And with that, man, you guys have a phenomenal day. We're going to get out of here. And I will see you guys later. All right. We up out. Bye.